How can we connect if I'm not even facing you? Us versus them stories. They cause polarization and make groups not even want to face each other anymore. My name is Lisa, and I think it's time for different us versus them stories in society. And my us versus them story started in primary school, when me and my friend made up a story about our classmate Hannah of why she wasn't tough enough for us. And whatever the story was, it wasn't true. But that doesn't matter, because stories are stronger than facts. So later on, I saw Hannah sitting from a classroom, and she had tears in her eyes. But I didn't face her. So I never really understood how she felt. Until a few years later, when my friend made up a new story about me. And I didn't have friends for the rest of the year. So what does this teach me, other than karma? It shows how easily we get trapped in our own perspectives, unless we see the other perspective, unless we experience the other perspective. So this is where I want to go to. People facing each other. We face each other, we see the world through each other's eyes, and we take on each other's interests as our own. And then we make different stories of us and them. So right now the stories are good versus bad, rich versus poor, one country's economy versus another country's economy. But the new story is us, the world, versus global challenges, like climate change and refugee flows. That's the reason we need a bigger us. And I believe for these big goals, we should make them really small and tangible. Otherwise, people won't care. So this is how I made this first little step to make the next generation care. Together with children, I designed a dialogue game. And it's called Terra Nova Mini Society. It's a game and it lets you form a whole new world. And it doesn't let your team play against each other, but against societal challenges. Like, how do you divide food amongst people with different needs? Or when do you feel responsible for climate refugees? And there's no right and wrong, so your moral compass spins freely. 300 schools are using it, so maybe your kids are doing it right now. But it's not only schools. Anyone can join, because it's a game. So we bring people together that are usually surrounded by us versus them, like politicians. And you know, in this digital era, actually the face-to-face time is what we need to keep stories real. Like an 11-year-old girl said, if you put newcomers separately from the others, they will get into fights, because if you don't meet, you won't understand each other. But when I started this 4 years ago, no educational publisher wanted to team up. And after 2 years, people said, like, just quit already. But Terra Nova is designed together with its users, and I think that makes it work. So we crowdfunded the production costs, we won awards, founded the Terra Nova Foundation, and together with a value-driven team, we got media support, and then independently published the dialogue game. And now 20,000 students are discussing better worlds with each other. But here's the other perspective. These are all the people we have not reached yet. We're playing with refugees showed us that we need a global, bigger us. And we need your help for these first steps. So if you know anyone abroad who could team up with us for content, for strategy, for reach, we'd love to get in touch. So we have a canvas for painting the picture of the world that we want to live in. So together, we can make different stories of us and them. Now, game on. Thank you.